Title: The Game of Destiny. An Unexpected Encounter. It was a gray afternoon in New York. The sky was overcast, and the city seemed to move at the same slow, weary pace of winter. Samantha walked along the sidewalk, eyes fixed on her shoes, ignoring the city's usual buzz that once filled her with life. Her daily routine had consumed her, and although she loved her job as an architect, something inside felt empty, as if life was slowly fading without her being able to stop it. Suddenly, her phone vibrated in her bag. She looked at the screen, a message from her friend Claire. "Are you free tonight? You have to come to the bar to unwind. Destiny is waiting for you." Samantha smirked ironically. Destiny, she thought, as if such things could happen to someone like her, so trapped in her own problems. Nevertheless, she accepted the invitation, and by the end of the afternoon found herself at the bar with Claire. The place was crowded, but something in the atmosphere made everything seem calmer than it actually was. While her friend recounted one of her failed dating stories, Samantha couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Something or someone seemed to have been observing her, as if a presence was there, waiting. And when her eyes met his, the world seemed to stop for a second. The revelation: he was Ethan, a man with eyes as deep as the ocean, enveloped in an air of mystery. Standing near the bar, he seemed as out of place in the bar's bustle as she did, as if he had appeared from another time. "Would you like to join me for a drink?" he asked, his voice soft yet confident. Samantha, surprised by the way he looked at her, nodded without thinking. They sat together, and the conversation flowed with a disconcerting naturalness. It was as if they had known each other forever. They talked about their lives, their dreams, the fears they had both kept deep inside. But, for some reason, he never mentioned his work. Time passed, but it seemed to have vanished. When he began to speak about his past, something in his words unsettled her. Ethan had secrets, and although he didn't say them directly, his gaze showed the weight of something he didn't want to share. "I have my own secrets too," Samantha confessed at the end of the night, almost without realizing it. She wasn't prepared for what he would tell her next. The betrayal of the past. Several weeks passed. Samantha and Ethan began to see each other more often. Their conversations became more intense, deeper. However, something inside Samantha told her that not everything was as it seemed. Despite the connection they felt, there was something dark she couldn't ignore. One night, while walking through Central Park, Samantha saw something that changed everything. A woman approached Ethan and kissed him on the cheek, with a smile that seemed natural but made Samantha freeze. The woman looked into his eyes, as if she was sure of something Samantha didn't know. The air grew dense. That night, Ethan didn't explain anything. Instead, he left. And when Samantha got home, she received a text message. "I told you my secrets were dark, but what I regret most is lying to you. I'm sorry." The truth uncovered. Samantha was a sea of emotions. She couldn't believe that the man she had begun to trust had a parallel life. Her phone vibrated again. This time, it was a call from Ethan. "I need to see you," he said, and the pain in his voice was so genuine that Samantha couldn't resist. They met in a secluded cafe far from the city. He began to talk about his past, his marriage, the secret life he had been maintaining for years. The woman she had seen wasn't just a friend, she was his wife. But the most surprising thing was what he confessed afterward. "I loved you from the moment I saw you, Samantha. But my life was broken. I needed time to fix myself before being the man you deserve." Samantha didn't know whether to feel anger, sadness, or relief. It had been a lie, but at least now she had the truth. The sun was rising, and the city seemed to have cleared after days of rain. Samantha was ready to make a decision. The love she had found in Ethan had given her the strength to face her own past and forgive herself. "What we have is real," she said, looking into Ethan's eyes. "But I have to go. I can't stay in the game of lies." He looked at her, understanding everything. He couldn't ask her for more. Their love had ended sooner than they both expected. Samantha stood up and left, leaving behind the city's noise, and, with it, the weight of the past. She knew there were still wounds to heal, but she also understood that destiny had already played its part. Now, it was her turn to write the next chapter.